Hi everyone, this is Total War Therapy, and if you watch the previous videos, you know that Total War Therapy in this moment it's a mess because I'm out of the city, so I'm making some videos to cover the days because I really wanted to give you the daily doses of Total War with my channel, but at the same time I will not be here to address any potential Tuesday news for this week, or I mean, at least for the early part. So I wanted to talk to you before, the big news will start to drop out, to talk about Dogs of War. We know that we already got a hint that probably they are working on something like that because there was a leak. We can say that, but we're not sure because many people just thought that was a strategy of Creative Assembly that they just gave us this information to distract us from the Shadows of Change situation back then. And so we really don't know what they have in mind, if they just put those names as a leak, but they actually are not. But these leaks were the introduction of a legendary lord and a legendary hero that will be apparently Borgio the Besieger as a legendary lord and Lucrezia Belladonna as a legendary hero. It's funny because I'm Italian, but I'm trying to say this Italian names in an English way, and yeah, funny, and happy about that. In that form, I really thought at that point that they were supposed to be introduced with the Slanesh DLC that was supposed to come on this April, that already passed with Thrones of Decay. And it looks like a long time ago, very different marketing and product placement strategies. But yeah, I really thought that we were supposed to get probably a Brettonia new faction, figuring this two Dogs of War characters. And but yes, just as just a fulfilled the Brettonia experience and not as a faction itself. Now things are different. There was the leak of Legend of Total War that say that we were actually supposed to get by this year at that point the Dogs of War shoe faction with Borgio and Lucrezia and then Mida as the legendary hero. So things already changed. What I think will be the new form of Dogs of War, Dogs of Total War. Okay, crazy. And I really think that at this point they will put three legendary lords. There will be probably Borgio, Lucrezia, and maybe Lorenzo Lupo. I think is the most iconic one amongst the others, and then Midas as a legendary hero. The same kind of package of Chaos Dwarfs actually. They will have this mechanic that is the thing I'm most worried about, because I don't like Horde faction, and I think that at the end they will be a kind of Horde faction. We will already see something with Goldfang, with the new DLC. If they have what kind of mercenary mechanics they have in mind, and how they can implement this in a new faction. But yes, I'm sorry about that, even because the Istalia Border Princess area in general, we'll need some kind of stable faction that are there, they protect things, and so on. So I would like, but at the same time, there will be probably mercenary. So let's see what happens. They know, I think Creative Assembly understood that we are not that into Horde factions in general, like it was for Beastmen, for Chaos Warriors before the new update. So let's see what happens, but I really hope it's not that case. About the as I say, the roster, I already say the legendary lords and the legendary hero. We will probably following what legends say. We will get two lords, the mercenary general and the hireling wizard lord. Then as a hero, their counterpart, so the wizard and the mercenary, not general but captain probably, and then the paymaster. That would be probably the most interesting generic hero in the game, because it's a very funny chariot if you look at the model. And then let's talk about the roster, not specifically about all the units, but in general what they will offer. It will be, of course, a hybrid human faction, so with a lot of things, probably not a lot of monsters or fantasy units, but with a very varied varied roster of infantry, cavalry, but yeah, mostly infantry. If you see the Dogs of War, they have a lot of option. What I really hope is that the regimental renowns that legends say, they will not be regimental renowns, but they will be actually recruitable units, probably with a different poll. I think there will be a poll for basic units. There will be duelist, pikemen, and something like that. Maybe some of the other races, so dwarves, orcs, ogres. And then there will be another polls with, I'm not sure about what kind of mechanics, but I'm curious about that will grant access to all the, the regimental renowns. That actually it's the name, because Dogs of War are also called regiments of renown. So in Total War they introduced this stuff like if they were this kind of mercenary things, these very special units that actually are the Dogs of War. Sorry, that they're different, like the, oh my god, I think I'm dying, like the Rico's Republican Guards, the Bjork Beerstruck Beermen, and there are many like that. What I'm more excited about are the Braganza Besiegers, because they're basically black shards, but human, not elves, and apparently good boys. Another unit that I really want to see is the Birdmen of Katraza. I love the idea. I don't know how they will make some flying men in the sky, but probably, they will get some attention. The Rico Republican Guards, I think, can be one of the prettiest model, prettiest skin actually in all the game. So very happy to see that. And then, guys, probably we'll get to the Halflings. That I'm not a big fan of that, but I see the potential. The Halflings hot pot can be actually funny. And there will be many units like that, maybe some giants, maybe the Dragon Lord. We have plenty of option with Dogs of War, and actually, as I said, I really like to see it, because they are, we need some kind of human, the guys, even if they're not good guys, but some kinds of humans everywhere, with all this fashion, with all this fantasy and everything. So I really hope so. My other alternative for Dogs of War is that they will come, as I said before, as a Lord pack for Brettonia. I know probably you will not like this idea, but it's an option, and actually it's even good if you think that Brettonia is the only faction in all the game that, probably they cannot save it. I'm sorry to say that, but Brettonia needs a very big rework if they wanted to make it at the level of all the other factions. And it will be hard. So if they just do something in the middle, they don't introduce a proper Dogs of War faction, but they just introduce a Lord pack for Brettonia with probably more units than the 5 we are used to. In that case, it can be, for me, a winning strategy, because Brettonia will be finally a funny and amazing faction with a lot of different units to use on the battlefield. And then with the mechanic of Dogs of War, we will have a horde, a Brettonia horde factions, and all the other factions for Brettonia that, guys, are a lot. There are 4 Brettonia factions. So there are 4 potential very good campaigns that can still not give us their true potential, because they have a very limited roster. They have some not that exciting mechanics. So yeah, I always really hope that they can be in this way. Okay, so at least give access to Brettonia, to the Dogs of War units, it can be for me a very winning strategy for both. To get the Dogs of War and to get a rework of Brettonia. Thank you for following me in this video. Don't forget to subscribe. As I say, I'm making this video a long time before, but probably tomorrow will be Thursday in your universe, and I will be probably back home, so I can address some potential Tuesday news or everything. So thank you for following me. Maybe it will be another week with nothing. I hope yes, and I hope not. And see you very, very soon.